Welcome fellow freaks, geeks, and nostalgic 90s nerds to my channel, Slime and Slashers, where, yep, we talk about everything from Nickelodeon slime to horror movie slashers, but plenty of stuff in between too. And I do feel like today's video is kind of in that gray in-between area. Today's video, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to be vlogging my hurricane experience with you guys, because I feel like a lot of people in the country, and also obviously out of the country if you're watching and don't live in the United States, don't really know what it's like to prepare for a hurricane and also live through a hurricane, because really it's kind of something that's very common in the South and also on the Eastern Coast. So I'm going to be giving you an up-close and personal view of what it's like to prepare before and during a hurricane, what it's like to live through the actual storm, and then hopefully nothing really major happens and that will be okay afterwards. But I'm going to take you on this journey and give you a close-up view of everything. So that's kind of my plan right now, because I just think people just don't know what it's like and might be interested to know. The day I'm filming this is Saturday, August 28th. The day the storm is supposed to hit is early tomorrow morning. That would be Sunday, August 29th, and August 29th is the day that Hurricane Katrina hit. So tomorrow, August 29th, 2021, is the 16th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. So that is a very bad day for this storm. It's called Hurricane Ida. That's what they named it this time, Ida. It's a bad day for Ida to hit because it brings up a lot of bad memories. It just churns up some terrible feelings for a lot of people, including myself. I was lucky though, my family and I, in terms of my immediate family, my parents and I, our house back during Katrina did not get any major damage. We just had some minor wind damage. However, we did have other family members who actually lived not that far away, like 10 minutes away, 15 minutes away, who got feet of water in their house and they had to rebuild from scratch and they lost everything. My family went crazy and prepared for Katrina in terms of we brought everything we owned when we evacuated. So although I didn't get any major damage, I still have those terrible memories and feelings because just the remembrance of what it was like to evacuate, the uncertainty of not knowing if your house was going to be okay, if your friends and family that weren't with you when you evacuated, if they were going to be okay where they were. You just had no idea what was going on, and you couldn't really connect with people easily at that time. That's when text messaging actually took off, was during Hurricane Katrina, because no one really used it that much beforehand, but that was the only way to communicate during the storm, because all like the cell towers were having a lot of problems. You couldn't get in touch with people, so it was really stressful trying to talk to people that you were hoping were okay but didn't know for sure if they were or not. So yeah, lots of just terrible things. I don't like thinking about that time, but you know, it kind of shaped who we are as a city in New Orleans and also as a state in Louisiana, because a lot of things have changed since then. A lot of improvements have been made in terms of infrastructure and storm preparation, and also it kind of changed just the whole layout of the city. I don't know, it's like a yin and a yang. Just things evolved and changed after Katrina. It's like a totally different city in a way. So hopefully Ida will not have that same impact as Katrina did. So right now we're about to get hit with Ida, and that's going to be apparently a category 4 when it hits, and then it's going to lessen to like a 3 and less. There's been all kinds of changes in the forecast. At first it was going a little bit more east, now it's going a little bit more west, like the tiniest bit, like minuscule amount. But that matters. If it goes to the east a little bit, New Orleans will get it worse, and I'm kind of near New Orleans. If it goes west a bit, areas like Baton Rouge will get it worse. And Baton Rouge is like, you know, obviously it's a little west a little bit, and I don't want that to happen either. Somebody's got to get it bad, and that's what sucks about hurricanes is no matter what, if you're spared a little bit of damage, someone else is going to get it a little bit worse. So we had a hurricane last year during October, which is very unusual to have a hurricane that late in the year. It was basically the end of October. We lost power for days leading up to Halloween, which sucked. Oh my god, it sucked. And there was lots of wind damage too. But that storm was fast. It was over within 3 hours. This storm is not going to be over in 3 hours. It's going to last at least like 10 to 12 hours in terms of hurricane force winds or tropical storm force winds, depending on where you live in Louisiana. Regardless, we have to prepare either way. So throughout this vlog, I'm going to kind of show you what we do to prepare for the hurricane. I'll show you a little bit of picking up outside, and I'll be vlogging throughout the hurricane. If we lose power, I'll vlog, because I do plan on reading. That's my backup plan if the power goes out. But yes, just come along for the ride with me. Hopefully we all stay safe. Hopefully no major damage. And by the time I release this, I hope everything's okay in the whole city, in the whole state. And so see you guys right after this intro, and I guess at the end of the video to kind of summarize what happened during the actual hurricane. As of now, I don't know because I'm filming this before the hurricane hit, so I'll see you throughout the vlog and afterwards. Okay, I'm outside on my back patio, gonna start to pick up stuff. As you can see, it's a little breezy, but it's really not bad at all yet because it's not near us yet. So I've got to pick up the pillows off of my awesome swing, which is where I read sometimes, actually. That's why there's pillows there. Gotta pick up this other chair and our herb plants and some other stuff too, but I'm gonna move it to the garage over there. So I'm gonna start doing that. Wash out these ice chests so we can use them for food and ice in case we lose power. About 4 p.m. in the afternoon. You can see the flags going a little, but I bet you by tonight it'll be whipping like mad. As you can see, it's pretty calm right now. It's about 8 o'clock at night on still the same day as I filmed the intro for this video. So as you guys can see, it's just really calm out there. So I'm expecting it to get a little worse, but they have updated the track to be a little bit more westerly. So again, the more west it goes, it's not going as close to New Orleans. Like the really bad part of the storm would go to Baton Rouge, which is northwest of us, which sucks for Baton Rouge. And then we've got a lemon tree that I don't want to get hurt. I don't want that to get rooted up or anything, but yeah, we've got some big trees, so. And as you guys can see, the complete patio, except for that one trash can, which will be picked up, is basically cleared off, and it will be before going to bed. So yeah, nothing. Usually there's like a table here, and there's part of my swing stand laying down, and our hose, and our golf net. But yeah, the swing's usually right there. That's where I read, and we had to pick it up just in case. So the swing's in our garage, and a lot of other things are in there too, so hopefully we'll be okay. I'm actually about to go film a video, and I'm gonna try to edit it tonight and upload it tonight and just schedule it for later in the week in case we do lose power. But I hope we don't, but I have a feeling we will, so whatever, it is what it is. But that's my little update for now, and we'll see you later, especially if things change any. I'll keep you updated. Bye, guys.
Well, welcome back to a special edition of the Eyewitness News. I'm Sharice Gibson.
And I'm Katie Moore. Of course, tonight we're tracking Hurricane Ida with major impacts expected from a powerful storm starting tomorrow.
Yeah, we have more live reports from across the region coming up, but first let's get an update.
Will that track continue during the overnight? Will we see another little shift to the west? That is all still very possible, as we've been talking about on satellite, that the storm itself does kind of do this little wobble. We'll really get a much clearer picture of the center of the storm now. Even satellites sometimes can be misleading because what you're looking at is the mid and upper parts of the storm itself. This is at the surface. This is our radar data. So we are looking nearer the surface than even the satellite. So this is where we can get kind of an hourly fix on the storm.
Okay, so I've been filming my August wrap up and my September TBR video and editing it all night in case we lose power in the next few days. And now, apparently the forecast has gotten a little bit worse. So we may actually go to my parents' house because we have a lot of big trees around here. So if the wind gets really bad, kind of afraid about the trees. I mean, not that they're gonna fall in the house, but they might. I'm a little scared. So we might go over there because they don't have big trees around their house. So that's going to be decided tomorrow morning, super early, like around 6 a.m. It's actually 12:30 right now, so not very long away. We'll have to make that decision. But I'm gonna take these books off the spinny thing and put them in this waterproof case in case I do have to leave. They'll be safe from any kind of rain that might get in. Or I might take them with me. I don't know yet, but at least they'll be safe. It sucks to have to take them down, but I'll do a time lapse and show you guys me taking them down. I also have more over here that I want to take down, so we'll work on that right now. First, I'm also in my PJs, so I'm sorry. It's ridiculous. Honestly, really scared this will be the last time I see my room. Packed up the car, but have to leave some things behind. Worried about this tree hanging over the house. That's why we're leaving, in case it falls. As you can see, the wind has gusted up a bit, and it's not bad at all yet. It's going to get way worse than this. That's my room right there. The first window, not the huge one, but the second kind of first regular size window. So I'm worried about that display room. Our bedroom is that second window over there at the end. Packed up our cars, even my car here, headed to my parents'. It's okay, Jax. It's 2:41 p.m. August 29th at my parents' house. This is the side of their house. These trees were gusting up pretty good a few minutes ago. You can see lots of leaves and debris. Not too bad yet though. It's still not here. What was that? What was that? You see the freaking telephone pole. Just lost power, 4 p.m., August 29th. Here's the emergency candle. It's not very bright
to be mobilized to help out, right?
at all. Oh, geez. So the power has officially gone out. It's about 4:30, almost 5. The wind is really howling outside. This is my childhood room, or, my room at my parents' house. Packed up all kinds of stuff from our rental house and brought it here because there, as I said earlier, are so many less trees here. You can see my horror bedspread, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I even brought my paperbacks from hell with me, which I'll show you in a second. They're in a different room. But yeah, those stuffed animals were already here. I didn't bring them. But yeah, the backpack and the black bag and the suitcases and stuff. And then that stuff in the corners, like Halloween clothes that I wanted to make sure we're safe. As you can see, there are plants here in the entryway of my parents' house. There's the front door. It's because you have to bring your plants in. There are alarms going off because the flipping power's off, so it just keeps beeping. There's some clothes I brought over in that tub that's Christmas clothes. My bench I had since I was a kid, I brought that back over. And I brought, as I said, sorry for the mess, but this is what happens during a hurricane. I brought all my paperbacks, not all, but most of them. There's Goosebumps in here, and there's a random Hot Wheels. That's a Ghostbusters Hot Wheels. But yeah, I've got another bin underneath this one. I originally had left them at our house, but we went back to get them right after we got to my parents, since it's only a 5-minute drive. After we unloaded the first time, we're like, we can go back and get a few more things. If Jax wants to go for potty.
Go outside? Fine.
Come on, Jax. I have a feeling he's not. There's no way, Jax. You don't want to go out there. What are you doing, Jax? I thought he wouldn't go. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Wiener win.
Aw.
It's
okay.
You let in outside air conditioning. Ain't no coming.
This is
Oh,
wet.
good.
No.
Good. Kelsi's got a little room to die down. That ain't nothing. It's more than that.
His line looks precarious.
You hear it?
Yeah, that's like the something on like a little cat.
It's clinking, yeah. They're by their door. I'll get them in my footage. There they are. Whoa. I got it. You're distracting me. See, it did die down when I came out. It's wet.
They went inside.
Oh. door. So look at that tree over there. The tree fell.
That's funny. I just literally said to Anna, in watching all this, I haven't seen many people leaving the shingles.
The house next to it.
Yep. Jackson's standing back by the hallway. Like, I don't want any part of that.
And this is still just the east wind. We got the south wind coming.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, the rain totals, there's no way they can be correct because this is horizontal rain.
Yeah.
It doesn't go in a rain gauge.
Right. Just watching the rain bounce off those rooftops over there.
Yeah.
Over there.
NOLA.
That is stop sign.
See, it's getting
No.
the south component. It's raining so hard you can't see it from now.
Damn. Thanks. We should go in.
Come here if you're gonna film.
No. Whoa.
Don't get wet. Ronnie's gonna have plenty of work.
Holy shit. Holy crap, Dad.
No, I'm just saying, it's wild. Gotcha.
The print that you had just inside the door, the wind tried to suck it off the wall. So I caught it. And it's now on the side of the chair. That kind of white, kind of like our Muppets print that we have in the dining room.
What room are we talking?
Literally right beside the wall.
Yeah, yeah.
There, guys.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What did that come off of?
I don't know.
A roof, I think.
Our roof?
No, a roof. I think Gary said it was good so far.
That's why you can't climb debris.
No, you're not my mom.
She is my mom, so I guess I have to go. Alright. Mom, the video though. 2 seconds. He likes to be out there watching it. I understand. Yeah, it came by like right there.
Yeah, it's good. Wing it, switched it.
So it's gonna get worse than this?
It's going to stay the same indoor worse from this way. Oh,
Left out, and then
I'll take ice cream.
I'm sure you will. You filming, Kelsi?
Yep. This is the craziest storm we've ever had here. That we've been, whoa. Whoa.
Okay.
Look.
What?
No, not look. I don't know. Whoa, it's going down the street. Whoa. Hold the door, Dad. Whoa!
Wind shifted south.
It's blowing in your face?
Don't ever do this again, alright?
I know. I know. He said your car almost lifted, but I don't believe it. But look at the roof over there. And the shingles. No, we fell over. Where? Oh, I see it. Oh, what's up, Dad? Come inside, Dad. Don't go get it, Dad. No. Dad, don't go.
Satellite, go to red.
Oh, gosh.
Still ain't very much in.
As you can see, the fence came down across the street. You can see their pool. Water's coming in because of the force of the wind.
Well, we got another 2 hours or so. And hopefully.
Oh, more sightings coming off of a house down there. Look, it's all in the street. Oh no.
I can't tell whose roof it is. Heath says it's from across the street.
It's coming all the way. There's more than one piece. Are they looking out their window? I can't tell.
Does it feel too wet there?
Not here, not on the floor. Whoa.
Well,
You could see
Paul
the
picked
rent.
up some off the floor. It's
And look,
all
there's a
wet
branch right here in front of our house. See this?
Yeah. It is all wet on the ground right here.
I thought they patted that down.
It's still wet.
Yeah, there's now my right foot, it's wet.
We should have put
The wood up.
wood up.
I know. He said he threw away the pieces from years ago that fit perfectly because they were warped. They were really old from when I was a
Is that
kid.
his pool in the backyard?
Yep. The siding, look, it's flying. I hope it doesn't come this way. It did move this way a little bit. The one right in the middle. Oh no, it's going the opposite way now.
What do you think that is? I can't even tell. Siding or?
I mean, or gutters. Parts of gutters. I don't know.
Oh, it's hitting alcohol.
It did hit my car. It just hit my car. Well, my car's a piece of crap, at least. At least it's not your car. Well, it's still kind of by my car, being moved all about. It's right by my car. It's literally getting blown like... No, you are not going. No way. Do not go out there.
It's gonna be me.
You're not going either. Please don't go.
It's gonna.
It's okay right now.
Yeah, it may even go right under one of our cars.
That'd be fine, because then it would at least hold it down. Look at one near the stop sign, too.
Well, that was there. It's like rain gutters or something.
I don't want you to run out.
Well, there's another piece of siding going around. We're gonna have to keep an eye on it.
I have to have something to drink. I'm a pass out.
Holy shit! Dad, get in! That's not smart. It even sounds scary from inside. As you can see, now we've got stuff leaking from the caulk on my parents' frickin' windows. Not good. That's how bad the rain is. Flooded the carpet. It's totally soaked. Also, we had to mop up a ton of water. You probably can't see it, but it was all trailing in from the front door because that's how strong the wind is. It's blowing rain in through the cracks of the door, like tons of rain, to where we had to mop and mop and mop. Like, there's some glistening water right there. We mopped up a lot of it, so hopefully, see, there's some ridiculous amount of... It was a lot more than this before we mopped, so yeah. It's hard times over here. There's the air mattress sleeping on while I'm at my parents'. Sorry for the mess. But yeah, even this window is leaking, as you can see. These towels, that one is completely soaked, trying to soak up the water that is coming in from outside. Just walking around the neighborhood after the storm. It's the morning after. This is actually where I went to middle school at, St. Mary Magdalene School, but it's also a church, so it's a Catholic school. So yeah, this area, I'll show you some B-roll of around here. There's my parents' house. Back neighbors lost their fence. Okay, I'm in my parents' attic right now. This is where we keep a lot of our Halloween decorations. So, want to make sure this is all okay. There's actually like a screen up there. So what happened was, the wind was so crazy that it blew off. Like this was knocked over. I just picked it up before I started filming. But yeah, there's some water, as you can see a little bit there. I know it's gross and dusty, it's an attic. What are you gonna do? But for the most part, everything's okay. There is some water on top of these bins, and that was just because the wind was so strong and really, really whipping that it blew sideways, like, because it has to be strong for rain to get in here. Usually rain that falls down with no wind would not blow in here. But because there's a screen there, the wind blew the rain in. Luckily, all the decorations are sealed up, but yeah, I'm about to wipe up all of these bins right here and make sure that the decorations, which is a ton of money, you know, if you add it all up together, are okay. But otherwise, you know, there is a little roof damage, but it doesn't look major. I've already checked the attic, like in terms of leaks and stuff. There is some wet spots, like right over that, towards that end, because that's where we lost some roof stuff, but better than I thought, that's for sure. By the way, here's some Halloween decorations since I'm up here anyway. Had to ground Kelsi this Halloween, and then it has a pair of my pants. Looks like we've got this stand that looks like my legs stuck into the ground. That's what we usually use that for. Here's, like, you know, what is this thing called again? Silo or something? No, I don't know. No. Where you would, you know, stand. We had this for pictures one year where somebody could put their head in. We had a sign above it which had our party. Some cool stuff here. Here's a vintage ghost, and he is dirty. Oh man, he's cracked. I don't think he was cracked before. The wind must have got to him. I don't know. I know the dirt's from that. There's a gravestone right there. Scarecrow. Here's some of our great signs. Doesn't look damaged, luckily, because it's right. It does look wet to me, though. I can't tell. No, it's fine. But luckily, these were expensive, so I'm glad they're not freaking damaged. Yeah, it says Halloween, which is one of my favorites. I don't even remember ever putting that up. But there's one that says Boo over there. Welcome right there. And Wicked right here. I'm going to zoom out real fast so you guys can see more of, like, what the Halloween decorations entails. There's a freaking pumpkin. Some, I think these are like zombie skeleton flamingos that my dad usually puts in our garden room, which is how you get into the attic, is through the garden room. So anyway, all of these crates, you can see the rows of crates here. So this is just one set, you know, 3, 6, and there's 9 right here, but you can't tell because I can't back up. Here's another 12. But yeah, look, so it's that deep, 12 deep, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 more rows across, and they're all so deep, all stacked up. So yeah, that's how much Halloween, if you guys can see. Let me go on the side here. Here's some more stuff. It seems to be okay. We've got our really cool ghost. Just show you here. There's like a witch over there. I see our flying saucer. He looks okay. That's paper. There's a haunted house that has like costumes in it right there. Top of a pumpkin that lights up. I'm sure he has a head. I don't think that was damaged. A ton of Halloween rugs just stacked up. My dad uses a lot of them. This guy, we put stuff on top of him. Just want to show you him real quick. Come on, dude. There we go. This is gonna be a long vlog. So again, here is from a different angle the frickin' Halloween decorations. It is getting hot in here, but it's still windy outside because it's the day after the storm. So luckily it's not too bad. As you guys can see, we've got some Spooky Town stuff. Those are Spooky Town boxes right there that I'm about to show you. There is like a clock tower that we have. We haven't set up the Spooky Town in a long time though. There is flipping, it's like a Skull River down there that you can see. Try to get it better for you. There we have flipping high school, horror high school there. A showroom. I'm sure he's got more. I could see there's more in the back there. All this is Halloween. Literally everything on this side of the attic is Halloween. Looks like a skull staff. Oh, a jester skull staff. Cool. I don't know, some kind of weapon that would go on one of the staffs in here. Pitchfork. Yeah, we have so much random stuff, it's not even funny. And again, this is some Halloween stuff too. Here we have a castle wall that we use for like our mad scientist area. We put like castle backing behind mad scientist. Here we've got ghostly greetings, and this lights up. This is a really cool piece. This is also Halloween. All of this stuff here. So I've been showing you this side with the boxes. There's this side with more. I showed you this witch, but here's her close. Here's those rugs I was telling you about. This is a mummy topper. Put stuff on top of him. Actually, like, just to give you an example of like how it works here. Of course, the box is flimsy. You get the picture, right? Like that. There's some cool light spiderweb lantern lights. I really wish he'd have better boxes for some of these. We don't agree on how to store this stuff, me and my dad. We argue like siblings about this. To excuse all the gross stuff, again, it's an attic, what can you do? Here's a really cool jack-o'-lantern. It's like really hefty. It's like some kind of stone or clay. Here's our Halloween pillows. Those are at least closed off and safe. However, there's a rip in this one. They'll have to be put in the dryer. Make sure they're sanitary, just like this one will have to be. I know these are punch. It's a skeleton punch set. Yeah, that's what that is. Oh, this is cool, but he's damaged. Oh no, I don't know if he was already damaged. I'll have to ask my dad. I don't think he was damaged by the storm. But if he was, that is a crying shame. It's a tree guy, as you can see. More of these. So this blew down. Oh, there's water on it. So I brought a bucket to pour some of the water and then I'm gonna mop up the rest. So I will get this into the bucket before I wipe it off. There's water in there. Again, that's just from the screen. We didn't have like a roof leak, I don't think. Alright, oh, I did want to show you one last thing before I start cleaning. I guess two things. This would go in my room because when I used to live here, my room was bat themed. So this is like a bat light up plastic piece. It is wet, I'm gonna have to wipe this off. And this, look how strong the wind was, because I don't think this was broken. So this is broken right now. It's okay, I'll check what's inside. Here's some of their old school witch. Here's a bowl. And we wash everything before we put it up for the party, so. There's like an owl bowl, easy for me to say. Like you could put chips in there. Again, it would be washed, so it's not anything that would be gross to use. And I think that's almost it. I know there was one thing I saw back here that I wanted to show you guys. Ah, here it is. This thing's cool. His eyes used to light up, but I don't think they work last time we put him out. Yeah, you could just, you could put stuff in his head, but we usually don't. So, pretty nice piece. This is a lot of money, just so you guys know, like all this together. My dad probably spent a ton of money on all this over the years, so I'm so happy. I can almost cry about it. I'm okay. I'm happy that it's safe because these decorations mean like the world to me. I'm getting a little teary-eyed just talking about it a little bit. Here's all the boxes for, well, random stuff, but a lot of it's the Halloween. And randomly, my dad's Batmobile, which he puts out for Christmas, like a Santa's Village type of thing. That's one of the toys Santa brings. Anyway, I'm gonna get to cleaning up, so hopefully you guys enjoyed some of the Halloween stuff. Alright, obviously I have gloves on because it's dirty and gross in here, and maybe has bug poo. Obviously it's a flippin' attic. It's really hot, as you can see. Like, I'm sweating like my ass off. My mom and dad and Paul and the neighbors are all working outside and stuff, but this to me is like super important, and my dad invested money in this, as I said earlier. Like, oh, it's probably over $10,000. But, yeah, so there's some water on top of here. I'm gonna take the top off and pour it into this bucket I have. You can't see it, it's off camera, but I'm gonna do that. I've already done it to a whole bunch of them. Luckily, I've checked inside a lot of the boxes, and nothing is damaged, as far as I can tell. And lots of stuff that was in cardboard boxes got missed by the rain because it blew it to this middle area, which is all rubber crates, thank goodness. Because this stuff just means everything to me. So, here we go. What was in there was a Wizard of Oz. It looks like it's all the Wizard of Oz decorations. Doesn't sound like Halloween, but my dad has like a Wizard of Oz witch area. It's pretty cool. Alright, that's all the loose water, so I don't have to use extra paper towels. But it's a lot of water, and that's why I poured into the bucket. So, that's it.
It's a whole carport thing from right there. Well, guess what we have? Tell people what's going on.
I can't. Alright,
we obviously didn't get much water here because look how little water there is here.
We're gonna approach, we haven't seen the damage yet to our rental house, so we're going there now to see. We haven't seen it, so I'm bracing for the worst. The worst.
Well, a lot of this seems like okay. It's just hit or miss. Like, this building's just fine. You know, 2 blocks away, it looks like a bomb went off. Here we go. Deep breath. Well,
the big tree didn't fall on it.
Yeah, the tree didn't fall. In the front, we still have a roof.
Oh, everything's there.
Like, everything looks fine, which is not possible.
What is that? What is that again?
The flagpole?
Oh, that's our flagpole? Oh my god, it's all there.
Something got ripped off. Part of the carport got ripped off.
Where?
Right here on the ground.
I can't see it. It's so much better than I thought it.
Where's all this metal from?
I don't know.
Oh, right here. Look.
Oh my god. That's funny. That's where I put the books.
Ironically, though, this is all blocked, so animals can't get in here, which is good.
It survived. But it is leaning like a lot. But let me show it from this
Try
side.
to stabilize it.
Oh, you survived.
I can't believe these trees, especially the one that was leaning before.
I know this looks like a disaster area, but we had to leave it in a hurry. I actually already moved these back in. These had garbage bags over the top of them. I had to leave some books. They're mostly all like newer books. But yeah, I had to leave some, and then I had to leave some of my vintage paperbacks. I almost took all of them except for these 2 rows on my book cart. But I, again, had the garbage bags over them and moved them into the bathroom because there's a big tree. There's a big tree on the other side of my window that we thought might, fall inwards if we got the right type of wind. So although this looks like a disaster area, also I'd moved that in from the living room or the kitchen area because I thought the roof could leak there, so I put it in here. But anyway, this is actually great. Nothing is wrong in the house. I cried when I got here because everything was okay, and like I said, just when we were leaving, I moved things from one side of the room to the other. I, like, you know, took these out of a cabinet so they wouldn't be near the floor. I took these off the floor of my closet, so it looks like a mess, but that's because we were putting things where we thought they might be okay. As we were packing up quickly, we only had a little amount of time to leave. So I put the books in the bathroom here, on the cart with the garbage bag over it, and I put the one with the vintage titles here because there's no window. And I put stuff on top of the toilet, stacked up because that was off the floor, and again, that's a room with no windows. I just can't believe the house is okay. I was sure coming home that we were going to face incredible damage, so I just can't even believe it. But the backyard's pretty rough, but still, thought the garage might be completely gone, like the roof blown off or the carport completely destroyed. No, it's all still here somehow. I honestly don't know how. Now, these are from our house, but they're just plastic. I just don't even know how this all survived. I'm so happy. Even the lemon tree survived, even though it's leaning. I don't know, I hope I can write the lemon tree, but the lemon tree freaking standing, except, you know, stuff in the background, as you could see, these big flippin' trees are not. I just can't even believe it. I am so relieved. I can't even tell you how relieved I am overall. Still a lot of work to be done, and the house is in shambles in terms of being messy, but I'll take that any day over what I thought I was going to come home to. I do feel so sad. I don't really want to film it, but there's a squirrel dying, like, in the front of the house, laying in the carport, so he must have fell out of a tree. It breaks my heart. I thought he was dead, but he's barely breathing, but he's definitely about to pass away. So poor little creatures, you know, that live in these trees. I just feel so bad for them. Again, though, we went around the neighborhood trying to get back to this house, and God, some people had it so much worse than us. And some areas, just like huge trees, like thicker than this trunk here, broken in freaking half, laying in the street. So I don't know why we didn't get worse than this, but just hoping everyone has a quick recovery. Hoping at least there was no loss of life for anybody, but this was scary. This was the scariest storm I have ever flippin' gone through. I mean, this even seems more stressful than Katrina in a way, because we didn't stay for Katrina. My family and I, back in the day when I was in high school, evacuated. But that was stressful in a different way, just sitting and wondering for days upon days if our house was okay, and not knowing where your family was. This, luckily I was with my immediate family. They're able to call people, by the way. I cannot send text right now. I cannot call. I cannot email. Even my work, I can't email them, which is kind of frustrating. AT&T is completely down, but President Biden said he's going to make sure that all flippin' providers and all phone networks are up. So I think he's going to be working to get AT&T back up, because it's ridiculous we cannot call or text anybody. But my mom and dad have Verizon, and they've been able to call family. Everybody seems okay that I am related to so far. All of Paul's friends that live locally seem okay. I still have to get in touch with my friend Kat. I hope she's okay. I tried to text her this morning. Didn't get an answer back yet because it's not sent. So just hoping everything's okay with all my friends locally. And of course, anybody who was affected in Mississippi as well. And here comes Jackson. He came back to check everything out. You relieved to be home, Jax? Be careful. He's just checking everything out. Careful, Jax. Let me get close to you. Careful. You recognize this is your yard? Do you recognize? I hope so. We're gonna go back to my mom and dad's house for tonight, but the house is so undamaged, I should say, here, that I think we should be able to be back here by tomorrow, and it's just a power waiting game, waiting for the power to come back on. So We'll see. Little tent over there. Little tent. He likes to go under branches. That's the thing he does all the time. Watch your eyes. I always get nervous about his eyes, but he doesn't ever seem to care. I don't know why. You're crazy, right, Jax? Crazy. He has been such a good boy, by the way. When he was over at my parents' house, he was behaving so well. He's never really hung out there, and they don't really have dogs. They haven't had a dog in a lot of years since my dog Blue passed away. But yeah, he was so well behaved. He didn't whine all night and day like he usually does when company comes over. He kind of whines for attention. But he didn't do that, and he just chilled and laid around, and he didn't even act very anxious during the storm. He chilled with us. He seemed happy. I guess he felt safe. I don't know. Sometimes he went into his kennel, but he knew that was his safe space, so he decided to go in there. Very proud of how he behaved. Don't walk on that, Jackson. What are you doing? Now he's had enough of outside. He's going back in. It's not much cooler in there. Check in with you guys later. I just want to get some of this before I'm kind of... See that I left the rake there, but I'm in the middle of raking stuff up. Tons of tree stuff, but nothing damaged the house again. So I can't even believe it. Because there's that big tree, there's this big tree, which, as you can see, proximity to the house is a bit scary. But yeah, just to show you, there's some stuff from a house, our house, I don't know. But yeah. Over there. Already started piling some stuff up. Not that. My pile's like over there. There's my pile. Right here. I thought that was it for a second, but that's just like a tree branch in the road. No, that's my little pile. Already raked a little bit into piles, as you guys can see. Flagpole leaning, tree branch there. All kinds of stuff. I've still got so much work left to do. Here's from this angle. There's that down branch like I told you. So, still there. Lots of work to do, but still very thankful. It could have been so much worse. Also, this was in the middle of the driveway. I moved it up here for now. I don't know where this came from, if it's the carport, which I think it probably is. But yeah, this big metal piece was just in the middle of the driveway. As you can see a little further back. So yeah. Look, Mr. Jackson found himself a hiding spot. What are you doing down there? Why are you down there? You like it? You like it down there? Gotta get you some water? Hey, my cuties. That's my cutie. Yeah. Are you sure you're okay down there? I don't know if you should be hanging out down there. Little clubhouse. Little hideout. Definitely really shouldn't be down there, though. flippin' pile of stuff that came from the front yard and the backyard, and there's flippin' more. It's crazy. All these tree limbs. So much work. Just spent like, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours out here clearing this. There's a piece of metal that was the one I showed you in the carport in my vlog. Get a wide shot. So this is literally flipping the night or evening after the storm. My dad cleaned up the whole flipping backyard and it looks pristine, like nothing happened. Now there is roof damage, as I've told you guys earlier in the vlog, but look how pretty the light is too in the sky. It is breezy and I'm enjoying it while we can because it's cooler out here right now than inside, but that won't last long. There's Jackson chilling at my parents' house. Even though our house is fine, spending one more night here, then going back to the rental house. But yeah, look at their nice yard. They have a lot of plants. They like plants, I don't know. But really, really nice looking here. The front yard doesn't look as nice, but still. Say hi, Jax. Jax! Jax! There you go. His eyes are glowing because of the flash. All right, that's better without the flash, right, Jax?
Even if it's video from the spring, from games last year, whatever you can do. And if you want to make it easy on yourself, if you don't have a lot of B-roll, I honestly don't care if you just do a stand-up open and close and 1 or 2 tracks in the middle.
Somehow, these bastard wasps survived. Well, not for long, bitch. There he is. Got him. Oh, I hope you didn't get hit, lizard. I am now cooking in the dark. It looks bright to you because the flash is on, but trying to use up the hamburger meat before it goes bad. Because all we've been storing it is in an ice chest. It is day 2 without power. The days blend together. Actually, technically 2.5, because lost it kind of early evening on Sunday, and it is Tuesday, August 31st. I don't know the days. The time is just blending. And it's really hot in here, especially while cooking. Alright, so now added water and all the seasonings and sauces that you need to add to the sloppy joe meat, and it's simmering now, about to turn the fire lower, and then it's going to absorb into the meat and it'll be like a sloppy joe consistency. Sloppy joe, sloppy joe, yeah. Sloppy joe. Look how pretty the sky is.
Back up.
Me and Jax are chilling in my car. It's really messy in here, but we're using the air. Here's my old pumpkin keychain. Used to light up from Spirit. Also, my old Ghostbusters air freshener that's like completely faded. You can't even see the red anymore because of the sun. And the TV station I used to work at. Jackson likes the cold. He's actually laying on my book.
Be very cautious of scammers during this time.
The Forgotten Island by David Soderbergh.
Who told me people
Here
want
it
to
is.
charge
He's on it.
$18,000 to take
He's sleeping on it.
yards and things like that. Do not fall.
It's his pillow. I was gonna read it, so I put it down right there, and then he just laid on it. So I'm gonna let him be comfy on the book right now.
A licensed contractor. You're absolutely correct, and under no circumstances should people
By the way, I have not read, like, at all during the hurricane because I was just, you know, so worried about the storm. But now my bench is back up, no power, nothing else to do. I'm finally back into this. It's September 1st. I'm supposed to have already been done this. I thought I was going to be finished, but nope. But better late than never, I guess. So back to it. Raking into piles. There's Jax. Nice to see you. Hello. It's kind of a dark, overcast day. Still lots of stuff here. We got a lot of work done. Look how this was green like 2 days ago when we first started picking up. Now it's all dead. They probably won't come and pick this up until flipping Monday, September 6th. It's like September 1st today. It's crazy. So yeah, look, it's all dead. Some of it's green, but a lot darker than it was the other day. And it seems to have grown too, because I did add a few things to the big pile. Just found $20 laying in the street with the hole. Oh no, that's random. As you can see, look how much stuff we picked up from the lawn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's an insane amount of freaking stuff. And guess what? It's not even like pristine at all. Most of that is stuff that'll hurt the lawnmower. So, like these big pine cones that are like really sharp and thick, that will definitely mess up the blades. There's Jax. Hi, Jax. But man, the yard looks a lot better. But haven't even really begun raking the backyard. The backyard is a mess, or the side of the house, which I'll just give you a peek real quick. You guys already saw the backyard, but we did take the big tree branches that were able to be moved out of the backyard, but nothing like little, like these types of things. This is the side part of the house. Yeah, there's lots more to do. Wait till you see the backyard. I guess it'll be tomorrow because it's way too late, and also we already worked for like 3 hours on what we just did, so till tomorrow in terms of yard work. I'll update you guys again in the next clip. Jackson never lays under here. You're gonna be filthy. You're gonna be all muddy. Oh, you're chewing on a stick? Yeah, look at that. Look at that stick. You're done now. Done with the stick. Ah, there you go. Does not look comfortable. Look at this building. Half mile away. Keeps going. Oh my god. This is crazy long.
I didn't measure it, but it's probably at least 3/4 of a mile.
There's the end. Day 4 after the storm. Day 4 without power. We're hanging out in the car again. I can't get you. Your head's too low. Anyway, getting ice where we can, when we can. Gas lines are insane, and may leave town to Florida where there's power. I will keep you guys updated on that. This pile has gotten even bigger because we added to it yesterday. Tons more big branches that we found in the backyard and on the side of the house. Today is day 5 without power. I think it's day 5. I can't even remember anymore, to be honest with you. Here comes some cars. We also added to the trash bags full of lawn stuff. There was 5 before, there's 7 now. And I'm sure, because we haven't even raked the backyard, I'm sure there'll be like flipping 15. Because there's a lot of stuff back there still. Trying to do it in sections, because it's a lot. Again, we were very lucky though. This is how you make coffee, old school. Yeah, pour boiling water over some coffee with a paper filter over our mugs. It's ridiculous, but it's what we gotta do since, you know, obviously our regular coffee maker runs off of electricity, so this is how we're kind of making coffee every day. But it's actually been delicious, and it's been working, so.
Well, maybe they do have gas. There are people there, and there's no line.
Picking up the backyard now. so many more trash bags to the bunch of bags from cleaning. So originally had about 7 or 8, then added quite a few more. This is ridiculous, the amount of flipping debris we got out of the yards. And as you know, I've already shown you quite a few times the pile over there. Oh. Hey guys, I'm going to give you a little update as I wrap everything up. So today is September 4th, and it is the 6th day without power since Hurricane Ida. So I did not think that the whole aftermath would be this bad. I really didn't think that at all. And I also apologize for the noise. We've got like a fire station across the way, and you could hear their generator. So yeah, the whole city, it's basically like without power. There's some areas around hospitals that they have brought back, but basically Energy had a catastrophic failure because a lot of their towers went down. And that's why so many homes are without power, and it's such an extreme loss of power. But, you know, we are all considering ourselves lucky, especially me, because really didn't have too bad of damage. My uncle Lyndall did get terrible damage. He lived in Destrehan. They got hit real hard. Also, Paul's really good friend and my good friend, Eric Ritchie, got it bad in Destrehan as well. Lives in the same area as my uncle, obviously. And Kat, I want to give you guys an update on Kat because, you know, Kat has done a lot of content with me on my channel, and I was really worried about her while everything was going down. It takes her about an hour to get to my house from her house. She lives in an area called Hammond. And during the storm, I was talking to her a little bit, but then we lost power, so I couldn't get in touch with her. And I had trouble getting in touch with her for like a whole night and then into the rest of the day. She tried to text me on someone else's phone, I think the day after the storm, like later, way later in the day, the next day. But I found out some of the damage she had to go through. So this is a good comparison for you guys. So some people got it really bad during Hurricane Katrina, but Katrina was a different storm. And if the levees would have held up, Katrina wouldn't have been so bad. Because the levees broke and the city flooded, that's why Katrina looks so horrific. This storm was way worse in a different way. Ida was worse in terms of wind damage and wind strength and just sustained wind power that just kept hitting us and hitting us. So basically for Katrina, Kat had no damage at all. She had like one pine tree go over, but it didn't hit her house. But for this storm, she said it was 100% worse for her. And I'm going to show you some pictures she sent me and gave me permission to share. So about 9:30 at night, the night of the storm, the night Hurricane Ida hit, they got some damage to the roof. You could see a crack in her son Andrew's flippin' ceiling. And Andrew was right below, and sheetrock rained down on him. And debris rained down on him because the tree had fell on the roof, and that's what caused the crack. And so he got his eye scratched. Luckily, it has healed, thank goodness, because that is really scary. And so, just, I can't even imagine the whole flippin' ordeal of dealing with the tree, hearing it hitting the roof, getting the debris in your eye. They started clearing stuff out of his room, and then the tree really fell and like onto their roof. So Kat said it was like a gradual thing. Like at first it fell a little bit, but then it fell a whole bunch. So for Katrina, that one pine tree they had down. For this, she's already estimating at least 12 big oak trees down all around her house. Also, like I said, one of the trees fell on her house. So trees around the house, tree on the house, so really horrific stuff. And I'm going to show you a picture of her neighbor to the right, I think she said, her neighbor Rita. Her tree got rooted up completely. In fact, there's a few trees around Kat's house that got rooted up, where you could see like the whole root system underneath the tree just got lifted up out of the ground. They suspect a mini tornado. But this is a picture with Kat standing next to her neighbor's tree. And it's insane. Look at the scale here. This is crazy. Oh my God. And I'll also show you some other pictures of other trees around the house that she showed me. So yeah, and then I'll also show you a picture in a second or two of Andrew's room, of how it wound up after everything. It's basically like a whole bunch of stuff just in the room. I'm just glad they saved all the personal items out of there, and I'm glad they're safe. Of course, that's the most important thing. So when people talk about their stuff being safe, and I even got emotional, as you guys saw through the vlog, about my stuff. And yes, life matters more than stuff, but it is a real big pain in the insurance realm to claim any damage to particular things, to groups of things. I mean, it's even difficult to claim food. And I remember this because my mom had to do these kinds of claims for my mama and papa, which means grandma and grandpa in Cajun. It's like Cajun words for grandma and grandpa. So my mom had to do all these claims for them back during Katrina. So yes, it's no joke. Insurance is really a tough thing when it comes to claiming, and it's a pain in the ass. So I'm glad they didn't have to go through with claiming that, at least, because they're gonna have enough paperwork to deal with the house damage, you know, alone. So yeah, that's why stuff does matter. I mean, you spend your life accumulating it. So yes, human life matters first, but like, I'm so glad that their stuff's okay. I'm glad my stuff's okay. I'm glad my parents' stuff's okay, because you spend time, money, effort in collecting all these things, and they matter to you. And that's how I feel, and that's why I got so emotional about leaving the stuff here. I was like, I can't see it. I don't know if it'll be okay. There's no way to know when you just leave it behind. So that's part of the reason I got so emotional. And also, basically between 2 a.m., after I'd filmed the vlog, after I'd even taken down my books, which was at midnight, you guys saw in the vlog, 2 a.m. they had in their update, we watched it, and it looked worse. It looked way worse. So the update is really what scared me, and that's what kind of got me like a little frantic. And I didn't film that part where I got frantic and I saw the update at 2 a.m. on the night before the storm, but that's when things like went to hell. And so the next day I didn't film till like 7 a.m. the next day for the vlog, and that's when, you know, we were leaving, and we had already packed like from 2 to 4 a.m. So we were up till like 4 a.m. that night, and then we got up at 6. So got 2 hours of sleep the night before the storm, which was not good. I was exhausted the whole day of the storm, and we went to bed about, when the storm was hitting, about like 11 o'clock. And again, it was pounding and pounding, but it was nice to wake up the next day and see sun, and then we assessed the damage, as you saw in the vlog. But yeah, just so glad that all my family members are safe, that my friends are safe. Even my friend Michelle is safe, but her house got a little damage, mostly water damage and some roof damage, like my parents. And just to give you guys some perspective, so I live in Harahan, and technically it's a different city from where my parents live, but by car, my parents are only 8 minutes away, about, maybe even less. So technically we're in different cities, but we're super close to each other. They live in Metairie, so we were very close to each other, but it's just crazy where the storm affected certain areas and where it didn't. You got houses just standing like normal, like our house, but lots of tree branches. Then you got other houses down the way which has like literally a tree on the roof. And then we actually have seen destroyed buildings, and less than a mile away there's like a shattered building. You know, and actually there's poles completely bent in half, buildings ripped apart. So it really, who knows why this happens the way it is. Just location, direction of the wind, the stability of the structure that it hits. So all these factors are obviously at play. I know this vlog has been really long, but I want to thank you guys for watching it, because it meant a lot to me to document everything. And honestly, I really felt distracted when I was vlogging, which helped, because it got my mind off of things. Appreciate all of you who watched this very long vlog, very raw, very honest about what it's like to deal with a hurricane, the prep during the storm, and the aftermath. And we're still dealing with the aftermath, like I said. It's day 6, to reiterate, without power. And who knows how long it's going to be. They're estimating it's going to be at least another 2 or 3 days in my area, maybe 4 days. So, as I film this, we're preparing to leave for Florida. My boyfriend has some friends there, and we're going to stay with them for about a week, because he's got to work in Florida next Sunday anyway. So we'll be leaving Sunday, and we'll be staying through next Sunday. And we'll probably get power back before we get home, which I do wish we were a little closer so I could like start to flip and put my house back together. And I'm going to also clean like really good before I put everything back up, because now things are cleared out. I can vacuum in areas that I haven't been able to easily reach in a while. So at least that's one good thing you could look at, I guess. But yeah, lots of work still left to be done. And I want to say thank you to everyone who reached out through my YouTube, through Instagram, through Facebook, through text, whatever. I appreciate you all so much for checking up on me. It means like the world to me. I don't want to get emotional about it. It means a lot. Thank you so much. I can't even tell you. Also, thank you to all of Paul's friends who checked up on us, especially Andy, who messaged for us on Facebook and Twitter. Really appreciate you, Andy. And everyone, all of Paul's family and friends who checked up on Paul and me. Thank you. That means a lot to us. Quite a bit. And everyone who also checked up on Kat through my YouTube, thank you, because I know she's thankful for that as well. And like I said, she got it really bad, so I do feel so just heart-wrenched for her and her family, but she's keeping a positive attitude, and we're still going to try to do things for the channel. We're still going to try to do content together, because that brings us happiness. So we're going to try to keep going with all of that, and we've got a readathon planned, as I teased in my last video. We've got an October readathon, which we're going to try to film separately, and then I'm going to splice it together, hopefully. So look out for that. And hopefully all of Louisiana can heal quickly from this. hopefully everyone who I know who has damage will be able to recover as fast as possible, and we'll be able to get through this tough time, because we all have to get through this together. And I do want to say, people might be wondering, why do you live there? Why do you continue to live there when there's all these threats of storms? You had Katrina, now you have Ida. You know, why even bother? Well, you know, the community here is really tight-knit, and there's really no culture, in my opinion, anywhere else like New Orleans, in terms of the food, the atmosphere, just the richness of everything, the history of the city is really important to people who are from here, like me. Especially the food. I really like food, and the food here, you cannot beat it. I mean, I like food other places, like Chicago has some badass food. I love visiting Chicago. It's one of my favorite places ever. Boston, love visiting Boston, especially eating their pizza and their great Italian food. But, you know, it's just different here. It's like a Cajun flair. It's like a hot, spicy flair. So, the people, the food, the atmosphere, that's why we stick it out year in and year out through these terrible storms. And so that might answer your question. It's just, and also we have an established life here. You know, it's hard to pick up and move and start somewhere else fresh. You know, Paul's got roots here with work and everything. So, my family's here. You know, it's a whole thing. You can't just up and move so easily. So yeah, you could say, yeah, you could just leave, but it's really not that easy to just leave. And again, just so happy that it wasn't worse in terms of nobody I know got hurt or injured or lost a life. But yeah, things are rough here. You know, we're still recovering, and it's going to be a while. So hopefully Louisiana and the whole Gulf Coast can come out of this stronger, and hopefully we can recover relatively quickly. And also my heart goes out to everyone up north, especially people in New York who were affected, and that whole area. I haven't really been able to see much coverage of it. From what I saw, just so horrible. Screw you, Ida, you freaking asshole. I hate that storm. Oh my god, Ida's such a bitch. She never wants to freaking stop. So yeah, I'm not trying to make light of it. I'm really saying screw you, Ida. You suck, you hurricane ass. I don't know. I don't like her. So again, it just brings up bad memories that it hit this weekend for a lot of people because of Katrina, it hitting the same day. And it is going to have a long-term impact like Katrina, and I was hoping that wouldn't be the case. I just was hoping it was a coincidence that it was hitting the same day, but that it wouldn't have the same impact or oomph, but it sure did, and that's really unfortunate. But we recovered after Katrina here, and we'll recover again. And although some people got it worse for Ida than Katrina, we're going to continue pushing on. Whether we got it worse for both or for one or the other, that's what we do here. We just keep going. But the whole thing is there's weather events everywhere. So no matter where you go, you got to deal with something, whether it be wildfires, tornadoes. At least with a hurricane, we're lucky because we get some warning. And I also want to say thank you before I close out. My work has been really understanding. I'm so lucky. Not everyone's this lucky, you know, to have a work that is understanding. I couldn't work basically all week, and they were so cool with it. They live in California, so I work remotely and from home and from anywhere. But they've been so understanding, like my friend Angela, who I work with, my bosses Glenn and Tiffany, who I just love. I'm just so lucky to be working with them. I don't want to get emotional again, but they've been so chill and cool, and they keep telling me don't worry about work, and it's been me who's been worried and create my own stress about it, but they've just been so cool. So to them, to everyone else watching, to everyone who's checked on us and, you know, just sent a kind word, thank you, thank you, thank you. Can't say thank you enough. So that's it for me for this time. I know it's been super crazy long, but yeah, you can see no books behind me. It's weird. This is the same area kind of that I sit in, and it's a mess. But for this time, that's it for me. Till next time, I'll probably be in Florida. So I'll see you then. Till then, keep on killing it. Bye guys. Thank you.